Okay, we are back, this time again with Ace Attorney Investigations Collection, where we've already made the last gameplay decision that we have to do. So, pretty much the only stuff left we have to do for the first game is going to be the epilogue, like the breakdown, the credits, and then the review for it. So, stream this time is probably only going to be around the 2-ish hour mark, and we probably won't come back and stream again till tomorrow. Obviously the rest of the speak's going to change a little bit. Plans have changed slightly. Because this stream is so short, we should be able to finish... we should be able to stream tomorrow for Persona 5 Strikers. Allison's meeting with her friends has been moved to next week. So, if all goes well in that situation, Saturday will be Persona 5 Strikers. Sunday will be potentially the beginning of the sequel game for Ace Attorney. If not, I might take that day off. Monday will be Rivals, and Tuesday through Friday will be the sequel to this game. Is what I was trying to say. Also, I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I have finished the notes for Dragon Quest 11. I'm going and doing a revitalized thing over that. You're going to redo them, and then I have to do a test run. So, yeah, we'll still do Rivals. However, now I've got to figure out what else I'm going to be trying to do. So as I said before, we are basically going to have this game finished, and let me actually just make sure everything's working first. So it's just a matter of... Let me check if this is all working. An ad? How did you get an ad? There shouldn't be any ads playing right now. It's not even telling me that there's any ads. That's weird. Why did you get an ad when there shouldn't be any ads playing? There was nothing even saying that the ads had started. Okay. Welcome in, Kat. Hope you're doing well today. That's weird. You have one as soon as you press. I had pre-rolls turned off. I don't know why that's happening. That's weird. Oh well, it's over with now. I guess I can't do anything about that. Where was I going to begin? Yeah, the game is going to be finished today. We already kind of did an overview of everything anyway, and we have a chance to do an overview today, so I think if we just jump right into this and finish it, then we can start getting thing, because I don't have anything else to really talk about. This stream's only going to be short. Oh, you mean the bottle water? Yeah, that's weird that you... Yeah, it says incoming ad break in 3 minutes, and yet you got an ad, so... Let's begin. Let's just begin. Because this will be a very short stream. I don't have a bottle. I don't have a bottle of water. I drink out of cups. Yeah, sure. Let's just begin because well, this is going to be a short stream anyway. Probably like 2 hours, if anything. I don't know. I'm just based on what I'm planning anyway. You're on my. I'm on your phone, I should say. I think this is the last thing I have to do. So yeah. No more press statements. No more bad endings. No more anything. We are completely done with this. And we'll go through the game in the credits anyway, because I always do that. You're not in bed yet, though. I mean, that'll happen later, won't it? That'll happen a little bit later. Are you feeling better, at least? Alright, let's just begin, because I don't really have anything else left to run through with this game, and we can do that while we're doing the stuff. So, yeah. Therefore, you wiped off the blood and placed it back into Mr. Cochin's pocket. After all, the key itself opens the safe in his office. I gotta get used to these voices again, because I gotta, well, we did stream, no, we did stream yesterday. No, sorry, we didn't stream yesterday, we took the day off. We didn't stream yesterday. What am I thinking? I didn't stream yesterday. There was no way I could have streamed yesterday. Inside that safe, there was a document about Codopian paper signed by Mr. Cochin. Or to make it look like Mr. Cochin died as the leader of the smuggling ring. It's to make it so that the police are the ones who opened that safe. Hang on a second. A huge flag? Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Usually, I remember changing my settings for ads when I first started so that it only plays so many at a certain point to stop the pre-roll advertisements coming in. So I don't know why pre-rolls still exist, but it does. And I always have like a 5 or 6 minute like at the moment, like my ads aren't going to start for like 10 seconds according to this. So what? That's like 6.5 minutes before the stream starts if there's no ads that play, so that's a huge lag between you sending in and me getting usually that's refreshing the stream catches you up. 3 to 4 minutes is very late though. That's a very it's either very laggy or it's also just other hard work to save yourself and they serve to destroy you in the end. Shall we try matching this knife's blade with your wound, Mr. Curse's album? Yeah, it's weird. I can't explain how Twitch works. Like, some people get ads, some people don't get ads. Some people have like extreme delays in minutes, like several minutes. Sometimes there's no lag. It never seems like it's anything on my end because I can't refresh the stream without booting it back up again. And that is what some may call the coup de grace. Impossible. You can't take me down. Swine, all of you. Especially Manny Cochin. This is all because of that man's betrayal. He sought to steal control of the smuggling ring from me by removing me as ambassador. Yeah, because there's ads playing right now, that's why. Which is why he deserved to die while bearing the guilt of all my crimes for me. That's why I sounded Yadagarasu's card and how this incident was born. Manny was supposed to be the smuggling ring's leader who was killed by the Yadagarasu. I had yet another reason, yet another story that was supposed to play out. Manny's death was supposed to bring everything to a close. And I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling. What are we doing here with this? Oh, he said the line. He said the line. Again, anyone who's watched Scooby-Doo in their life always knows that anyone who's a fan or watched Scooby-Doo at all in their career, definitely, like, should remember this. Of course, it's always the meddling prosecutors. Ads should be gone according to this, but there shouldn't be any more ads that play for like another half an hour. So I'm sure the delay is, I don't know why it delays like that. Usually if there's a big delay, like 3 to 4 minutes, the delay should normally be like 3 to 5 seconds. If that, even. I'm afraid there is one more question I forgot to ask. This country, or Elevast, which country's court would you like to face first? Either way, it's game over for you. Alright. Man just exploded right there. Wait, March 17th? It went all the way this far forward? Because it was the 15th when we put him away, so they skipped a couple of days. March 17, 11:21 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. This is it, the big day. It's Mr. Abbas' trial today. And next week, he's scheduled to stand trial in his own country of Alabast. Francisco's heading that one. I suspect she'll be serving a full course of whiplashes at it. I'm to face Miss Von Karma in court right after facing you, sir. Don't even want to think what that would be like. Caught a glimpse of Mr. Alba as he was being escorted to the courthouse. Boy, you looked about as glum as I do the day before I get my monthly paycheck. No, I've been thinking. That flight attendant and even Mr. Portsman were all Mr. Alba's secret agents. Alright, you're gonna go to bed, got a migraine. Have a good sleep. I'll talk to you next time. Take care, and hopefully your migraine disappears. Because, yeah, that's not good. Camille was to provide support during smuggling ops using her job as an attendant. And Mr. Portsman was to manipulate trials related to the ring to end in their favor. Evil West is so breaking me every single time, but you never feel so tortured, I'm going to stop. Well, but you never feel so tortured, you're going to stop. Yeah. That's what I said. I think if you keep at it and keep persisting, like, you will definitely get through it. You thought you couldn't get past the vampire bat, you did that twice. You thought you couldn't get past the giant plant, you did that. In a bit, after getting some upgrades. You couldn't get past the 2 bug hive, you know, sort of section. You got past that. You had a few other fights that you couldn't get past. You got past that. But you kept going, and you didn't give up on that, so... Yes, it is torturous, but at the same time, it's also satisfying when you get through it and win. And then you move on to the next obstacle. But if you feel like you need to take a break from it, or you need to play something else in between, you can always do that. But I also understand when you said, like, it's hard to do that when you get used to the controls, and it's kind of just something that you want to keep going with, then yeah, go ahead and do that, because that's what will work out for you. Did I send the notification in Discord? Let me check. I don't check. Usually, if I've already started streaming, I'm not checking Discord. Let me see if there's a notification for something. Because my Discord doesn't go off while when I'm streaming, the Discord shuts itself off on the computer. So I'll have to check on my. Here we go. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, I just read this now. Let me actually read this out. Let me actually just read this out loud. Just so that I can think. My good friend Nate is back live. Join his quest for those trophies. Be sure to follow him if you haven't already, and let him know you have pineapple pizza for him. I love. Oh, okay, there we go. Thank you for that. Thank you for the kind words. Not for the pineapple pizza, but for the kind words and the quest, the trophy quest. Yes, I appreciate that. And yes, I do have some plans. I am doing a subathon next month. And I will be adding, I guess I should just let, because I've let people know about this before. There will be a sub goal where I have to eat pineapple pizza on stream. And then I'm going to make it a redeem for channel points. So I think, I don't want to do it too often because, Yeah, I've been... Because it's something that I don't like, I'm gonna set it to be, damn, 100,000 channel points. That's what I'm gonna set it to. It's gonna be 100,000 channel points, and where I have to, because I don't want to do it so often to where I get to the point where I'm just like sick of it, but I also don't want to do it like thing. It's like that way, if people really want me to do it, it's like I'll do it for 100,000. 100,000 channel points. That way, it's not too often. And yes, I will do a. If I ever do a stream like that, it will be the stream will be it'll probably be like a short, maybe like hour or so stream. Because if I am going to get it, I would order it. That would be basically for dinner at some point. So maybe I can do some sort of like short, like hour. Some sort of like short hour to an hour and a half stream where it's just I won't upload it to YouTube, but it'll just be me eating. But it'll be like a Q&A thing. Maybe we can do that. Because I've thought about doing that, but I just don't have a lot of... You can send the pineapple pizza also to me. I was sacrifice myself with this task. And let me just clarify, if I do it, it would not be an actual pineapple pizza, it will be a barbecue chicken pizza. It would not be... I cannot put myself through... I cannot put myself eating... I could not put myself through eating a normal pineapple pizza. It would have to be something else. And I have to at least enjoy something about it. So that's my conditions. Like, if it reaches a certain amount of subs for next month, sometime next month, I will do it on stream where we do a Q&A, and then I will put a redeem in so that if anyone wants to build up their channel points for something, they can make me suffer by eating pineapple pizza. Pineapple pizza is not the best. No. Neither is pineapple on hot dogs. Don't even suggest that. Pineapple on burgers? No. Pineapple on hot dogs? No. Pineapple on pizza? No. Pineapple belongs in a fruit salad, or it belongs in, like, or like a sweet kind of thing. At least for me. At least for me. It's gonna be a barbecue chicken pizza. I would not eat anything else. Like, I don't want to have a... That at least has some stuff on it that at least makes it palatable, I guess. Second place. They both have pineapple on it, though. To me, pepperoni pizza. Pepperoni pizza is number one, and then, like, maybe, like, a meat lover's pizza. Like, a barbecue meat lover's pizza. And then, like, third for me would be, like, an Aussie pizza, which, if you've never heard of an Aussie pizza before, it's basically tomato sauce, cheese, ham, bacon, so, and, fried egg. So Australia's ingredient for pizza is fried egg on pizza, actually. Good, you were alone, sitting in the prosecutor's office. No one was safe from the smuggling ring, also. I suspect there are even more members of this ring spread throughout the world. Yeah, it sounds like such a big op, but I can't even begin to imagine what it's like. What is it, detective? Nothing, it's just... Well, come to think of it. So that's my idea that I have. For the sake of chat and for the sake of things, I will sacrifice my taste buds. If need be. Sooner or Miner's trial is also scheduled for later today, so... I'm aware of that. So Miner has been working with the smuggling ring now for over 10 years. Now it's time for the epic Nescott Dream Part 2. Oh right, yeah, you did say that you were going to be watching that. Again, Dream Part 3 can't come soon enough. December 2026? You were not ready for December 2026. I'm gonna keep saying that. January 2026 and December 2026. Those 2 months, and then hopefully there's a whole bunch of good stuff in between, because January and December of next year are stacked years. Use the Amano Group's various connections worldwide to assist the Ring. All that has come to an end as his conglomerate is now undergoing harsh scrutiny. I owe Mr. Amano a debt of gratitude, but he must pay his debt to society. Well, with the arrest of both Mr. Alba and Mr. Amano, guess that about wraps up the KG8 incident as well, huh? Suppose so. I will say, though, I haven't seen the June movies yet, the part 1 and 2. I really like Timothée Chalamet in Wonka. I really liked Wonka. Well, the thing is, like, I'm fine with art films. It just needs to be the right art film, I think. And then the only reason I say I'm not sure if I would like June or not is because I didn't like the original June. But again, that was only one movie, and it was an 80s movie, and it was also, like, the entire story was told within one movie kind of thing. Versus, at least with June Part 1, 2, and 3, if it is like a Lord of the Rings style thing, maybe I'll like it more. Because it's expanded. That's why at the same time where it's like, you know, I'm probably going to enjoy Nobody too. How much I enjoy it compared to the original, I'm not sure. But I'm sure that I'll enjoy it, but maybe I'll be less critical of it. But it's not like it's just one of those things. Like maybe it's because I'm not as big of a critic. Maybe it's because I'm probably more of a casual movie enjoyer, more so than a super critical, like, not super critical, but like a more, watching a lot of movies all the time kind of thing. It's like, I'm not the movie critic. Like, in terms of people that I know, you are probably, like, the most, the one that would be the most, like, in-depth about movies, sort of thing. And then considering how, like, modern day reviewing systems are now, where you either work for a company that's just, pumping out bad reviews for the sake of the company, or YouTubers that, in some circumstances, usually just have such a big fan base that they feel like they have to... How do I put it this way? When it comes to social media stuff, like YouTube, oftentimes, the negative reviews get more hits than the positive ones do. It's just the way things are. That's the way things are geared on YouTube nowadays, that videos that hate something is just something that gets more traction than stuff that you like, and that's... I don't like that. Because I like the idea of there being a good balance. I try to be fair. I know why negativity gets more clicks, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of it's forced in some ways, and... yeah, still waiting on the shill money. Yeah. That's what I didn't understand, right? You gave the movie a fair review, and then the person who called you a shill gave it an even bigger review. So, I don't get that. I'd like there to be just some consistency. 7 years ago, the killer in the second KG8 incident was Mackerel. Those two facts are the unshakable truth, however. It's just one of those things. Like, that's why I want to just have my own opinion. And if I review something and I say it's good or I say that it's bad, I'm not going to try and convince somebody else to say, you have to believe me in this way, you have to believe me in that way. I just want to be able to respect other people's opinions of anything. Movies, TV shows, games, music. It's all about that for me. Seems like a lot of effort was put into hiding these and other truths from us. Expose it all at the trials today. Just like how there's always people that are like, you know, wanting to put people down, and it's like the reason they do that is because they're already feeling bad about themselves, so they have to do that to somebody else to make themselves feel better. But if you show that there's no, nothing that affects you in that way, then they get nothing out of it. Solving cases left and right today, aren't you, sir? CCU and Dead Man. Perhaps now these two brave souls who tried to make the truth known can rest in peace. By the way, I received some gifts from Ambassador Palladium. Shrimp, crab, beef? I don't need any of these, so I'm giving them to you. What? Seriously, sir? Wait, actually, I don't think I want them anymore. Why are you holding them? Don't tell me they're just coupons, sir. Detective Gumshoe, have you not read the paper recently? Already got 2 likes on the number 2 review, now it's time to wait for the dislike and then we can move on to the next review. Well, they haven't reviewed Nobody 2 yet. They've reviewed Alien Earth, but that show hasn't finished yet. The first 2 episodes, I think they reviewed, from what I saw, their TV show stuff, they review it as the episodes happen and they add to the review as it goes. But, I mean, I haven't watched Alien Earth, I'm not a massive Alien fan anyway. But already 2 likes is good. Like, I think you gave a good review. You gave a more in-depth review, and you had positive and negative things to say. So I think it's a fair review. Which is what you want to see. You don't want to just see, oh, I just liked it, or oh, I hated it, and not giving any reason. Which is why there's a lot of, like, again, at least when you gave Dracula a 0, you gave reasons as to why it was a 0, versus the guy who gave Revenge of the Sith a 0 and just said, oh, you know, and all the, he gave all the sequel trilogy and Revenge of the Sith a 0, and he wrote like a small paragraph and didn't even explain why they were bad. It was just like, oh, OG, it may as well have just been summed up as OG trilogy, the best ever, bestest ever, and everything else is bad. Seems that Ambassador Palladium has reaped a few benefits of his own. Like, even his review for A New Hope was just like, oh, back in this time, this movie was revolutionary for a generation of yada yada. It's like, okay, that's fine, but that doesn't mean that everything about the movie is perfect. Like, I don't get it. You review TV shows after it's done, and episode reviews on the stream. Can't wait for Terminal List, and even Gen 3 Season 2. Yeah. Because they don't have an individual TV show thing, but they have a season by season, but you gotta wait until the show is finished, surely. It's just like you said, you know, you watched Daredevil Born Again, episode 1 and 2, and not everything about it was perfect, but you wanted to wait to see how it went with the other stuff. And if you gave a review for Daredevil and said it was a really positive review, and then you watched all the rest of the episodes, your opinion's gonna change. So just watch the entire season, and then give a review. And then if someone wants specifics, then they can come into stream and ask about the episode. They're working on season reviews and video game reviews. Oh, was it? Yes, actually, that was today as well. Yesterday as well. I think the next 2 episodes of Twisted Metal are out today. Because it's been, yeah, every Thursday there's been new episodes. It's been announced as the official ambassador of the newly reformed Codopia. What a pity. Even though every item you sent is a treasure, you don't seem all that interested. Yeah, it would have been, yeah, I think Twisted Metal, Season 2 had some... Oh, a delay again. Right, I forgot about that. Yeah. If you don't want them, I can give them to my lovely assistant Kay. Who's this talking? Wait, that's not what I said. Mr. Edgeworth, please let me have them, sir. Should come to think of it, where is Kay? How come she's still not here? She's literally right behind us. Hey, you gotta be more alert than that. I forgot about the delay. It's so stupid when they do that, like... I hope they don't delay stuff that you're actually, like, super invested in, like, Gen V and the Boys. I hope that those are day one, so you don't get any spoilers and stuff. Because that's the worst part, is anything that gets any kind of popularity is going to get spoiled immediately, and, you know, even though I don't care about spoilers, I try to be as spoiler-free as possible for anyone who hasn't seen something. I try to do that for... If they delay June or Werewolf, we'll have a problem. I mean, I don't think that they'll delay them. Again, I gave you a really weird example. I think it was the third Hobbit movie, The Battle of Five Armies. For some reason, we didn't get that movie until 2 weeks after it had released everywhere else. I think it was us, Greenland, and Iceland or Finland that didn't get that movie for 2 weeks. So the entire continent of Australia didn't factor into the opening weekend numbers for the third Hobbit movie, which is just bizarre. Well, if you didn't notice, I was even mimicking Mr. Edgeworth's voice for a bit. Oh, that was who it was talking. Totally didn't notice you or realize that voice was you. Like she says, ferocious love blossoms with each new spring. I mean, it is weird though, because Shrek also got... June Part 2 had a few days early screening for us, and even a double bill in IMAX. Now let's... Oh, that would be fantastic if they did that. If they do a trilogy IMAX screening for June, I reckon that they will do that. The reason I say that is because, well, one, it builds up to the third movie that's never been seen yet, and two, if the third movie gets rave reviews and people have never seen it before, they might be like, hang on a second, like, there's a trilogy of these movies all going on, why don't we watch all three of them? And it's in December. It's in December as well, so December is like the perfect time to release movies because it's the holiday period, and you know, either people are preparing for it to go away, or they're not going away and they just want to you know, spend some time at home or something. So maybe they can just do something. You know, December is a perfect time for movies. Ice Age 6, Shrek 2 got delayed to the 2027. Violet Night 2. Werewolf, obviously. Lang, I'm pleasantly surprised to see you here. It's been a long time since I set foot in a courthouse, but I wasn't going to miss. Watching the guy who screwed up my country finally get what's coming to him. Oh, that is something else. I want to see you in action in court. That's so, Agent Lang. Flushed out all the counterfeit bills so Shang Fire is finally at peace again. Yeah. And then even January 2026, the Death Stranding 2 concert, the next Statham movie, and Bone Temple. So, the start of the year starts out good, and then the end of the year starts out good as well. So, and then we just hopefully in between, everything else is just, you know, well done. Plays better than a working man. I still haven't seen that movie. I'll watch it eventually. Just because it's a Statham movie. And I have seen previews for it, but I'm not super hyped for it like I was with The Beekeeper when I first saw it. It's like, that actually looks like it's a, you know, it's definitely not going to be on the level of Beekeeper. Like, it's all thanks to you, so I just want to say, thanks. Well, I never thought I'd see the day old Wolfie says thanks to Mr. Edgeworth. Should be the one thanking you, Agent Lang. You hadn't negated Mr. Elba's extraterritorial rights. Not have been able to bring him to trial. I know you didn't like Wildcard. Was a working man better than a wild card? Because I know that you had a problem with the working man, that there wasn't enough action. The Evil West Platinum will feel so good. Yeah, it definitely will. You will have earned that Platinum if, you will have earned that Platinum for sure, if, by, at least getting through Evil difficulty. The victory belongs to the both of us in this case. Shared victory, huh? Look, don't get me wrong. Still never forgive you prosecutors. I have zero interest in that truth thing you talk about in court. I've always done things my own way, and that's not about to change. You got that? I see. Well, I believe you should follow your own creed when you do your job. Yeah, and if there's ever someone who your precious truth can't catch, feel free to sit around and cry about it all you want. But as for me, I'm gonna get that person no matter what. Alright. It's about time for the trial to start. We'll see you later. I'll be watching your performance from the gallery. Looking forward to this. At least something happens on a working man. In Wildcard, nothing happens. It's just a boring Statham I see. The something may not be great in a working man if there's a lot of talking and just thing, but at least there's some things. Got a whole ton of ticker tape for today's victory, sir. I'll help throw some around when Mr. Edgeworth wins. Hope you've got enough, because I'm gonna go my men up as well. A modest amount of ticker tape goes a long way. The scene shifts to the courtroom, and the final act of this long tale begins. The legend of the great thief Yatagarasu? It's the story of those who chose to dedicate their lives to the pursuit of the truth. Even if it's 5 minutes of action, wildcard is 20 seconds. Prosecutors are those who seek a guilty verdict. To that end, you have no choice but to win by any means necessary. That creed was forced on me since I was very young. However, I no longer think that it is all we prosecutors are. That is because... even though I've only been away for a short time, I feel as though it's been a lifetime since I set foot in one. And today, more than any other day, I feel the fight within me rising. There we go. Alright, there's the credits. Roll credits. End of the first game. I'm gonna put the controller down. Oh, never mind, there's actually stuff here to do. Really, Mr. Edgeworth's dead for the other day. Thanks to him, I'm still free to serve in the friendly blue skies. We'll go over the game after the credits are over. So about my suitcases. I've been selling them on the internet. They've become a real sensation. Thanks to the praise the art has lavished on my work as being truly postmodern. Airline has chosen me to design the new line of Go-You jumbo jets. Oh my god, just think, someday you will be able to take a ride in my pink-walled, yellow-seated jet. Oh, that sounds like a... absolute nightmare. Well, that's the first game done, though. I put my controller down so I don't skip the credits. Edgeworth, oh, that rude of a man. Because of him, my time and money is wasted. But more importantly, I have a most fantastic treasure recently. The pre-Monarch statue of the Principality of Canopia. Weighs a bit light in my hands, but the Ambassador Palanio was most generous. When will I play through Evil West and Evil Difficulty? I don't know if I'd be able to handle it. I don't know if I'd be able to handle Evil West on Evil Difficulty. We finally caught Agent Hicks's killer, and I was able to witness Mr. Alba's teary eyes. It feels good to finally bring everything to a close. I received another offer from Interpol to work with another case in cooperation with them. I have no idea. However, the Cadopian courts await. It'll be a long way away before Cadopia's air is supposed to be very fresh, so my whip should find new vigor. That's always what I say to people. I always say if I can do something, then someone else can, because I don't consider myself a good at games. patrolman has been fired today, sir. Thought I was safe since I had the gun I had dropped. But I hadn't noticed that I dropped my police badge too. Guess what really broke the camel's back was that I couldn't find my badge. My little life has suddenly tripped into a dark black hole, sir. I think I'll go to the courthouse and file a complaint with Ruffles Man. Maybe I'll consider it. I haven't entirely just thought of whether I should thing or not. I was actually hoping to talk to Mr. Edgeworth a bit more than I did. I thought she was going to come back, but I've got to get going and return to Europe. Okay, that explains it. Still got a long way to go and a lot of stuff to study there. Next time I have Mr. Edgeworth on case, I'm going to do it as a real forensic scientist. I'm sure he's going to need all the help I can give him scientifically. I might have to do 2 playthroughs. If I do play Evil West, I might have to do 2 playthroughs. One to get all the trophies, and then the other one just for Evil difficulty. The kidnapping was staged, I was let off easy. I won't be going outside much anytime soon. That's really okay. And the prison I'm forever trapped in is the cage of love. Guard down at the detention center, well, when he's on guard duty. Oh right, it's a double feature. He has such a cold look in his eyes, just like that prosecutor. F1 and Sinners back to back in IMAX. Sounds like an amazing trip. When will you ever learn to stop being such a prisoner of love? The 2 best movies of the year back to back in IMAX. I didn't even realize that was happening. That's actually At least these credits are a little bit different. It appears there are all sorts of drama that takes place outside of the courtroom. Since we judges are here day in and day out, I've only heard a few rumors, but apparently Mr. Edgeworth cheated with a thief and became a detective. Maybe I should team up with a bailiff and try to become a lawyer or something. This will be the first time you've seen them back to back, I believe, as well. F1 and Sinners. So it'll be interesting to see how you feel about them both. Yeah. Barely escaped death yet again. Yeah, but boy, were you lucky to have Mr. Edgeworth help us out, huh? Yeah, but because I lost the key, I got fired from my security job. Don't let it get you down, Maggie. You've still got me. Right, sir. I won't be sad. I'm gonna pick myself up and get through this. Wonder what my next job should be. Oh, this is actually kind of fun. Yeah, it sounds like it'll be a very, very fun time. Why not come to Codopia for your summer vacation? We have coupons aplenty. Right now our embassy is proud to present our Let's Investigate a Murder show. Although recreating that particular case has created a few small fires of its own. Then we had a few problems with the fire marshals. But the next event will be great. Be an attraction entitled Capture the Yatagarasu. Of course, I hope to in this case help in creating our latest attraction. After Sinners, they screen weapons in IMAX, but you can't make that one because of another appointment. Yeah. Although I'm glad that Weapons is making money. Again, I'm glad that Weapons is making money, for sure. Can't believe that Mindy ditched me and went to Japan. It's okay, because that's how I met Maharu. Planning to go to Paris soon and start a business. We're going to sell Blue Ocean dogs. They'll sell like hot dogs for sure. Blue hot dog and a blue bun, I guarantee it'll turn your tongue and your face blue. No, I'm not really the type to work a lot, or at all really, but... So I noticed that I really haven't seen the guy in the blue suit at all recently. Wonder what's up. Well, the next time we meet, I'm gonna make him eat one of my dogs. It's overperforming, absolutely. Less than a week? Less than in 3 days, it's already doubled its budget. Gave testimony in court today. Let's remember the Yanagarasu. Yo, Mr. Bad, you look well, all things considered. By the way, have you noticed that elements within the ring have begun moving? They're probably fighting over who should succeed, over who should be the next boss. Although, to be honest, I wish I could forget I'd ever heard of that smuggling ring. Like she says, thoroughly bite the poisonous snake from head to tail. No one runs afoul of the law and escapes this wolf's fangs. I'll get you old yet. Ah, youth. When did I become so old, I wonder? I've begun noticing the grey hairs in my beard more, thinking of retiring my mirror. I mean, Nobody 2 cost 25 million to make, so... unless it flops like Megan, like, I'm assuming it's gonna be a good box office. I was the Pink Princess and the Pink Badger, all in the span of 2 days. Talk about busy, but it's alright, because I got a letter from my beloved Edgy-Poo. Please take care of your hip, and when you wish to speak first, take off your headpiece. What does he mean by that last statement? It's not like I enjoy being under a headpiece every time I see him. I've been an alien, and then some creepy fuzzy pink animal, and then I was the Pink Princess, a great hero of justice, but then blah, 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 blah. I'm lost. Too late. I'm sorry. I can't even pause this. Wickie's Pain was better than Nobody 2. I mean, you love... Wickie's Pain's a documentary, so it doesn't count the same way as a movie, but I'm sure if it did... March 17, 4:33 PM, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. I'm sure that if Wickie's Pain counted as a movie, it would probably be your favorite thing that you've watched. Well, I don't know. Because I feel like for this year so far, like, your favorite, like, piece of media was probably Death Stranding 2. And then maybe Wickie's Pain, and then F1 and Sinners. I'm not sure. It's hard to balance everything in terms of stuff, but we won't know how Nobody 2 does in the box office until probably tomorrow. Because today's the first official day of its release, so I don't think there's any box office numbers out for Nobody 2 right now, because it's only just come out, so... And Wickie's Pain obviously doesn't make money because it's not a... I don't think it's a theatrical release. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything at the moment. It's probably way too early because it literally comes out today. Go to rewatch, you can see how the rewatchability is. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. Alright, let's see what we've got here. So much better now that the trial's over. And as always, your legal prowess is top-notch, sir. I mean, again, I really, really liked Nobody 1. That's why I said it's hard to rank...
Who's that Pokemon?
I don't know what order I would rank Equalizer 1, Taken 1, Nobody 1, and John Wick 1. Like, I think... I liked all of those movies a lot. It's hard to kind of rank all 4 of them, because they all do a similar thing, but they all do it in a different way. Like, I think Equalizer 1's probably the weakest of those. Then maybe Taken 1, John Wick 1 and then Nobody, maybe? Or Nobody... It's hard. I can't really... I don't know which one I would prefer more without watching all... I'd have to watch all 4 of them in succession, and I'd have to be like, okay, this is like... Which ones I felt like I enjoyed more. Nothing beat the look on Mr. Alba's face when he revealed the ring's secrets. I was amazed. Like a totally different person when you step into a courtroom. Someone said Nobody 1 was better than John Wick 1. Well, that's the thing, is like, I've only seen the first John Wick movie, so... Is it better than... I think there's more action in John Wick 1. There's more, like, badass moments in John Wick 1. But I really like Nobody 1 because of the later half is definitely better than the first half in Nobody 1. I think I prefer John Wick 1 because of, yeah, actually, no, I think I think John Wick 1 is better than Nobody 1. Absolutely, yeah. I think the setup in John Wick 1 is better than Nobody 1. And both second halves are great in both movies, but I think, yeah, John Wick 1 probably over Nobody 1. So I'd probably go John Wick 1 as my favorite, then Nobody 1, then Taken, then Equalizer. I think. Yeah. I think so. John Wick 1, Nobody 1, Taken 1, Equalizer 1. Yeah, I think so. The Sword was always 10 times fiercer in court. Based on the information Mr. Alba offered up, they've begun large-scale operations to clean up the rest of the ring, which I'm happy to leave to Francisca and Agent Lang. You almost got scared there? I mean, I had to think about it because I just couldn't remember. I've watched... I think that's the main thing that I think I would give it over Nobody 1, is that Nobody 1 has a worse first half because it's not as I think John Wick being more serious is what I probably like more about it, but yeah. That's probably what it is. But even then, Taken 1, but I wouldn't put Taken 1 over John Wick 1, I don't think. Because I feel like John Wick 1 doesn't have a slow start. I feel like John Wick 1, once it gets to the point where stuff happens, at that point it's just like non-stop kind of thing. Like there's always something happening. It's like a constant pursuit. Time to go to bed. Hope you have a good stream. Till next time. No problem. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for the chats as always. Have a good sleep. I will see you in the next stream or whenever we next chat. Have a good night. And yeah, I keep repeating myself. So what are your plans now, Kay? Like taking care of the creep who killed my father, so I'm not sure. Hey, I know. Maybe I'll just keep on being Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Still trying to steal my job, Belle? Just kidding, just kidding. Can't steal something so important to you, Gummy. What a relief. Even after all that's happened, do you still plan to become a great thief? Of course. I don't want to tarnish the legend of the noble Yadagarasu. So I'm going to hold off on doing anything until I make a tight 3-person team of my own. 3-person team? Have we already got a 3-person team? I think we already do. I think we already have a 3-person team right here. And it actually fits. We've got a prosecutor, being Edgeworth, we've got the detective being Gumshoe, and then we've got the Yadagarasu, who isn't a defense lawyer, but it's at least very interesting. Probably in the morning with a ton of movie news, like always. They always drop after you. Oh, they always. That's right. It always drops after you leave the chat. Yeah. Well, this stream's gonna be short today, so because we're finishing. We're gonna finish this game today. Go through and just talk about it for a little bit, and then I'll probably end stream just because I want to be able to start. I want to be able to start the second game on the weekend because tomorrow we'll be. Streaming with Allison. Sunday will be then this, and then Monday will be Rivals, and then we'll do Tuesday through Friday. We'll be back to this again. So maybe we can finish this game in next week. That would be nice, because then I can wrap up Princess Peach. Maybe then get started on some of these Switch games. Like, once I get past these Switch games... Once I get past these Switch games, it's back to just trophy hunting. I've got, Persona, and then I've got, God of War. So, I've also got to remember that it won't be next week, because Gamescom is happening this week. A lot of, that's another thing as well. It's not just going to be movie news that's happening, it's going to be a lot of game news. This week is going to be very busy for game news. PlayStation are already releasing trailers for stuff leading up to Gamescom, so expect there to be a ton of trailers for upcoming games, new games, potential TV projects and movie projects related to games, because that happened at Gamescom as well. Expect that to happen this week. So some streams this next week will be probably Gamescom related. 3-person team of young beauties the same age as me, if possible. Those criteria, I highly doubt you'll find the 2 other people you need. Yeah. Well, the next game after this one is basically just, it's already set up. Please news about the Wolverine game. Again, Sony put out a thing saying, don't expect anything for Wolverine until after March of 2026, which is a shame, because I really think a Wolverine game is what, would work. Like, they could have announced Deadpool VR of all things. Like, they could have done Punisher VR. That's what I said, they could have done Punisher VR. I would have taken a Punisher VR game. I don't even like VR, but give me a Punisher game where you get to shoot up stuff. I've had the chance to fight for the truth. Do something like that, please. Do that. That would be nice. That's what was so noble about him. Because I think they said, they named 3 games, like, that they were aiming for in terms of, like, the future releases. Ghost of Yotei was one of them, but that's October. I have no idea what else. Because I haven't been buying a lot of games this year because there's a lot of the stuff is already exclusive, or it's just stuff that I just wasn't interested in. And then the problem with next year is, like, again, even though I don't care about GTA, to be honest, all that much, I will play it, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not going to play it day one, and everyone else is going to be playing it day one. It's like, I'm not all that hyped for GTA 6. I can wait for GTA 6. I have plenty of other games to play, and I really don't care if everyone else is playing it, because that's not going to help out my channel, and it's also not going to help out with anything else. They dropped the first Void Rising look. We need, yeah, that's the other thing, too, like, when The Boys Season 5, I'm guessing that The Boys Season 5 trailer from Comic-Con is dropping sometime before, during, or after Gen V. Obviously, that could mean at any point in time, but it's either going to be dropped during, after the, Gen V Season 2, or maybe, during it. They can't keep it under lock and key for that long, surely. Only things I will ever steal are the truths that have been hidden away. It's gonna work extra hard to make a world where the Yadagarasu isn't needed. Like, they have to do something. Let's both strive for such a future. And I guess it's time for me to get going. See. Good, keep your chin up and stay strong, okay? Don't be a stranger. Don't worry, I'll be back. I'll be sure to break the lock on the window and sneak in. If you could, I'd appreciate it if you came in through the building's front door. Yeah, so what are we looking for? We've got Gen V Season 2 next month. The Boys Season 5 next year, which we're waiting for a trailer on. Void Uprising, we've got a first look. Soldier Boy TV shows. Boys Mexico. And it's so weird that, like, all these spin-offs and stuff for the boys, you're really excited about, and then on the opposite of that, James Gunn has announced so many projects, and yet the excitement level is like the complete opposite. It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. Lock on my window at home has been broken forever. One last thing before I go. Let's take a group picture, just the three of us. Yeah, commemorative photo. Every big case has to end with one. No. Hey, why not? Don't tell me you're camera shy, Mr. Edgeworth. Of course not, Detective. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm taking the picture now. Hey, come back here. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't run away from this, sir. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Stop that. I can't be seen doing that. Okay, I'm totally taking it now. Say cheese. And thus the long tale of the KG-8 incident came to a close. It saw the demise of a smuggling ring and the birth of a little great thief. There is little time to rest and relax, for I am eager to tackle the investigation into a new case. The reason for my eagerness is my want to pursue the truth, and I want to believe in the strength of those who use the power of the law for good. Someone who has chosen to live my life as a prosecutor, that is my new creed. There we go, the reluctant trio photo. I'm not sure if we're getting any credits after this. I don't think we are. We should be getting a trophy soon. There it is. That's the last trophy of the thing as well. New items unlocked in the gallery, which we will not look at. I believe I've unlocked... I'm not sure. I think it's all... yeah. I've unlocked 50% of the accolades, 50% of the album, and 50% of the thing. I don't want to look into any of these in case there's spoilers for something else, so I'm going to just leave them alone. I'm going to sync the trophy up because that's the last trophy of this, this game. So all the other trophies should be in the second game, and then like just for getting everything in the gallery. That's episode 5. That's we've done half of that already. That's episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, episode 4, episode 5. Yep. So everything else is just done in the other game. So no more episode, no more stuff that we have to worry about with that there. So yeah. I guess since we have a good hour. We have a good hour or so to just discuss this game. We may as well do that for a little bit, and then we'll wrap things up for this stream being early, I guess. And then we'll see what we can do. So obviously, we didn't get to see a whole lot differently there. Pretty much, it was just like the breakdown. Again, the breakdown was okay, but it wasn't. It wasn't great. We kind of just got the breakdown, and then after the breakdown happened, they skipped a couple of days. We got Kay, Edgeworth, and Gumshoe doing stuff like they were similar to like, it was almost as if that they were the Yatagarasu themselves. I guess it actually does make, and you know what, it does make sense. I just realized that now. It does make sense, because remember, Edgeworth is the prosecutor, similar to Faraday. Gumshoe is the detective, similar to Detective Bad, and then Kay is the Yatagarasu, which is what Callista Yu was, a part of, and she was called herself the Yatagarasu. So it actually kind of does come full. It's like the new generation of it, except instead of them being, it's the same thing, except instead of them having like stealing evidence and doing stuff with the security system and doing all this other stuff, it's actually just them genuinely solving cases together. So I'm wondering if that's going to continue on to the next game or not. I wonder if Kay and that will be in the game or not. We'll have to just wait and see. Also, what else happened? Yeah, after that happened, it was basically all just resolved. We ended up getting a few things at the end. In the credits scene, obviously, we got... Actually, I should go through and just check what that actually... I'm gonna forget what, I'm gonna forget, like, what happened in the credits. So, yeah, every game always has something in the credits, obviously. Rhoda Tenero ended up, like, being able to sell her, she ended up being able to sell her, she was able to get her suitcases to be a super art sensation on the internet, and then, they ended up, she ended up, like, designing the jumbo jets, where she said, oh, it's gonna be pink plane with yellow seats or whatever. Zinc got the actual Prima Duck statue instead of the fake one. Francisca ended up, is working with Interpol on another, case, so I'm wondering if that's going to come into play later down the line. Are we going to get more Interpol Francisca stuff? Because that would be interesting if they did that. Meekins ended up being fired from police force. Emma, I guess they explained why Emma wasn't there at the end because of her going back to Europe for the science stuff, so maybe she comes back in the second game as well. Lauren ended up being placed under house arrest, and the judge was like, I should become a lawyer because of all this stuff that was happening. Maggie ended up losing her job, so we may see her in another game. Palanio ended up, they ended up mentioning that the Cadopian Embassy ended up coming back together after the events that happened in the stuff there. They ended up having a murder show that ended up actually starting real fires. Larry got ditched by Mindy, who moved on, and they ended up selling... he's like, I'm gonna sell Blue Ocean Dog. So I wonder if that's gonna come into play in another game. That could be interesting. That could be something that could happen. Bad's testimony was enough to get through with the American trial of Yatagarasu. Apparently the smuggling ring is still going, so I guess they're looking for someone else to succeed it, but it's also weird that, like, we've finished that case up and then, also, you've done some other things as well. It's weird that they did that. And then obviously we got Edgy Poo, more Edgy Poo stuff. So we'll just we'll wait and see what happens, and see who else appears in the sequel games. Well, the sequel game, I should say, because there's only the one. There's only the one game actually. So we will see what happens there. I'm trying to think what else I wanted to talk about. Obviously, overall, okay, overall, in terms of this game, I'm thinking that this is the weakest of all the games. From what I can recall, I think this might be the weakest. It's not that it's a bad game, it's just not as good as the others. I think I enjoyed both Great Ace Attorneys more. I enjoyed all three Apollo Justice games more. I enjoyed it. Yeah, I think this is definitely the weakest. Like, even if I compare it to the first games, it's not as good as it's definitely not as good as Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, the original. It's not as good. I don't think it's as good as Apollo Justice. It might be around the same, but it's definitely not as good as the first game. Is it better than Ace Attorney Volume 1? A Great Ace Attorney Volume 1? I don't think that it is. I think this is just the weakest of the games, but it's a weak game in the sense that it's just not as good as the rest. Not that it's the Batman Arkham debate that I have all the time, where it's not that Arkham Knights is the worst possible game that could be released. It's just the other games are better. If that makes sense. The other games are just better. The other games are just better. That's the only way for me to really, like, put that and just say, hey, the other games are better. But it's still good. Also, what else do I have to say? Like, again, we'll go through everything else as it is anyway. Because there's not a whole lot to go through. But that's mostly how I feel about it. I think it's not as good as it's the worst of the series that I've played, but it's not a bad worst, if that makes sense. It's just that it's good worst. Obviously, we go through all the criteria as always. Usually we always go through graphics, music, characters, story, and gameplay. Graphically wise, again, it has your cutscene. There were no animated cutscenes in this, which is a little bit disappointing. I think every other Ace Attorney game had animated cutscenes in it. This game had no animated cutscenes. I guess to make up for it, though, the game still looks great, even though it's in this perspective of the dioramas. I loved the diorama look. I loved the diorama look. I loved the diorama look. I love that the characters moved through the scenes and acted as themselves, as you saw, like, in, like, the diorama thing versus, like, how it is in the... Like, the gameplay perspective in the other games is basically just, like, here's the cursor, move the cursor and click on something. This game is the first game that allows you to actually see the characters, move around with them, interact with them, see their reactions in real time, I guess. And so it's different. I know that I said that graphics is like the least important part for me in a game nowadays, but this is an example where I think this look would work for another Ace Attorney game if they allowed you to, instead of it being first person. Instead of it being first person, they allowed you to do the third person perspective. The diorama-esque perspective. Obviously, I'm expecting this to be the same thing in the second game. Again, music is hard to say. It's pretty much across the board. It's always good, and also a lot of the music that they use is the same music that they use in the other games. So it's similar to like it's a similar feeling. Like the music is always great in these games. I'm trying to think what else. yeah, graphically wise, like, and then there's no voice acting in this outside of the normal sounds that are made, like with the objections and all that stuff. Like, there's no voice acting in this. So that was also fine as well. Like, it's very hard to go by with graphics and music because it's so consistent with the previous games and stuff. But it's a good game in terms of that. I think gameplay should be the next thing I discuss because there's not a lot that's changed in terms of obviously in terms of you know, the normal gameplay stuff, selecting the statements and doing the press stuff and presenting the evidence and analyzing the evidence. All that stuff's very much the same. Every now and then you'll get like a new gameplay mechanic, like with K's stuff, but that also comes into play. I think that's another reason why this works, is I think they did something similar in the, I think it was, no, it wasn't Spirit of Judge, it was the second game, I think, of the Apollo Justice trilogy. They had it where they reconstructed, like, crime scenes and stuff, and I think that also was, that also worked. Also, they also ended up going and... What else did they do? What else did they do here? They, the K thing that I was talking about. I think because it was in this perspective with the diorama, it works because you get to play out the scene. It reminded me very much of the Batman Arkham games, where you'd go into detective mode and you'd be analyzing all the different clues, analyzing all the different, you know, things like that. I think that's what really worked. I'm trying to think what other gameplay elements have changed. Like, obviously being able to run around and interact with all the objects yourself instead of thing, and you get to see all their reactions play out. Obviously doing the stuff in the crime scene. There weren't very many new gameplay mechanics as far as I could tell anyway. Actually, I'm trying to, is there anything else that's actually... Let me actually see if there was anything else that was... Is there anything else that was different in these games? What can I put up for gameplay that would actually be... Anything else that I missed from gameplay that I would normally... Yeah, so the third-person perspective, that was different, which is, again, I think the third-person perspective looks better than the first-person one, because the first-person one is just a still image with the thing. This one here is at least, you get to move around within that. Oh, that's right, that was the new system. The new system was the logic system, where basically you would analyze the crime scene evidence, you'd talk to people, you'd get statements, and basically those become Edgeworth's thoughts, and then if two thoughts match together like a puzzle, they can make a new argument, they can give you more information about certain evidence, they can allow you to interact with different stuff in the environment. I think that's what worked as well. And then obviously the other thing as well, you can also, usually when you get evidence you would present it to someone in a statement. Here you can actually deduce certain parts of a piece of evidence with some other evidence that you have, with some other logic. That also works. Again, I think the Little Thief system, although I would have liked to have seen more of it, when did that come in, actually? It wasn't the first case, it wasn't the second case. I think we only got it twice, so it felt like a missed opportunity, which is why I'm hoping that maybe we get it in the second. Maybe we get it in the second Ace Attorney. If Kay and stuff are coming back. I'm assuming that they will, just because of the photo and stuff. And I can't imagine that they wouldn't want to try and bring them back. Because again, the first, second, and fourth cases did not use Little Thief at all, and I loved Little Thief in when they used it in 3 and 5. It gave you it made those cases just a whole lot more interesting, because you got to see what the crime scene looked like before and after, and it gave you a little bit more perspective of being able to figure that out. Another thing as well is this game had multiple bad endings. I know that in some of the other games they had multiple bad endings, but each case had at least 7, and I think the final case had like 10. At certain points in time, there would be different bad endings that you could get, depending on what was happening, depending on who was getting arrested, depending on who was being accused, depending on positions of other things. So I did quite like that as well. The game flowed very well, I would say. Yeah, the game flowed very well. Going from like your normal investigation stuff, looking around in the areas, to going from going to there and then going back, like, and then going from there to the rebuttal stages. Like there was some courtroom stuff, but not a whole lot. I don't think that anything changed there, from what I remember. Yeah, I don't think anything changed in terms of like the presenting of the evidence and stuff. I think that. Yeah, none of that changed. That's about it for gameplay-wise, I would say, in terms of, yeah, that's about it for gameplay-wise. Anything else? I don't think there's anything else. And then now I've got to figure out, do I do story next, or do I do gameplay? Because I could do... breakdown, like, usually I break down each, I think that in this case I would have to break down every, I'd have to break down every, story. So, because each story has different character, how do I put it, there's a story for each case. And then there's a story for the overarching story. Because that's always what happens in these games. The last case is usually you taking down, like, the something of significance in terms of the law. And it relates to all the past cases, which is no thing here. That's a pattern that you can notice, for sure. What else? So I guess I can either break down... If I break down characters, I can break down, and then I can go through the overall story. You know, maybe we can do that. Let me... Yeah, because usually when it comes to, like, the actual story stuff, it's, there's an overarching story, which we can go through, and then there's also a main thing. So I guess what I will do is I will... Let me go and, like, break down each case, maybe? Yeah, we might break down each case based on the characters involved, and I'll just give my thoughts on those. Because I think this game might be one of the weakest in terms of, it has some very fun characters, but I think it also might be one of the weaker games. I think it might be relying a little bit too much on nostalgia. I think I was expecting when I came to these titles that there was going to be a lot more new characters, but I think they had just a lot of older ones. So I guess if I go and check... Let's just go through and do some stuff with the characters first, and then we'll go into the story. I mean, I technically could go through each... what I might do is I'll go through the characters of each case first. I also want to check something real quick. Let me actually go and bring up the episode select here, so that way everyone can at least look at something. We can go by all 5 things here. So that's another thing as well. You can enter into the game with chapter select at any point in time during certain investigation points. It's not just like part 1, part 2. Like, there's a lot of parts. And there's a lot of good options as well. The gallery stuff is a really good idea. We're not going to look through this yet, but we're already halfway through. So you get a bunch of photos, a bunch of compendium character stuff, a bunch of music. Again, always good features, option-wise. Again, I didn't notice anything with this either. The screen shake, even though I had screen shaking on, screen flashes on, wasn't all that noticeable for me, so that's also a good sign. Being able to pick between the different soundtracks is nice. You can change the different art styles. Obviously, we went with HD because I want to play the game as it was intended to be released. as well. So I guess what I can do is I'll go case by case. We'll break down each character and how I thought about how I thought they were, and then we'll go and do the story for that case, and then we'll move to the next one, the next one. And then when we get to the last one, then we can really get in depth. So, whoops, let me actually do this real quick, because I think by the time we get through all that, we'll be in the 2-hour mark anyway. So, Turnabout Visitor. That was the very first case of the game. The shortest case. This is also another thing I noticed as well that was a very nice feature. Even though I was pressing all the same, it's not like... it took me... today's stream was finished within an hour, but I had 2 streams. One stream went for 9.5, and then the other stream went for... I think I'd spent at least 3 or 4 hours in that. So that last case was really long. But it was not a bad decision at all, because we were essentially solving... well, we'll get into that more in depth in the first place anyway, but we were solving more crimes, and so... yeah, it was actually quite good. I guess we can break down the normal characters first, because there are going to be certain characters that have crossover appeal as we go. Obviously, Miles was our protagonist. We've played as Miles in games before. Well, sorry, this is the first time I've played as him in a game, but... is it the first time I played as him in a game? Maybe not. No, it's not. It's not the first time I've played. This is the first time he's had a game for himself. But again, I think I still think I like Phoenix more. But Miles is usually in a better role when he's the foil, I guess. Gumshoe, still, we got to see Gumshoe's origin with how we got to know Edgeworth. We got to know things. He was still his bumbling self. Francisca, we got to see her when she was a child again. Still as fun character as ever. And I liked that she was working with the Interpol stuff, and also, like, she was accused of murder at one point. She was going back and forth with the different parts of the case. Kay, I wish we got a little bit more from her. Maybe in the second game if she's in it, we'll get something else. I would have liked to have seen more of her in the game. Again, the Little Thief stuff, I hope that gets expanded on if they do that in the second title, because I really like that. Shilong Lang, I think he was probably my favorite character to voice, and also my favorite character in the game. I really liked, I don't know, I really liked Lang. I really liked Lang, I should say, Agent Lang. I think every time he was on the screen, I just really enjoyed his presence. He was a very fun character to go through. Obviously Sheena, who ended up being Callista. I was fine with her as Sheena. She didn't really have a lot of personality when she was Sheena. And when she was Callisto, I found her a bit too one-note. She just seemed like she was not all that interesting, and all she was doing was just laughing all the time about jokes. I didn't like her as much. I think she was... I also saw it coming. Once I saw... Okay, how do I put it this way? Once I saw Case 4 end the way that it did, and then I saw Sheena... again, I was like, immediately I picked up on that it was her. Bad was also just fine. I liked the dynamic that he had with everybody else. But those are the characters for, like, the main... And then the Yatagarasu stuff was always, like, one of those keep you guessing kind of things. We didn't get a lot with Burn Faraday. One thing I don't know why they haven't tried to do more of is, like, where they were, like, playing the part where they were playing the videotape. I wish that they would have had the videotape play similar to what they had done with Spirit of Justice, because that's the other thing as well. I think these games came out before... These games came out before Spirit of Justice and before that, so I think that might be the reason why. These were DS games, not 3DS games, so that might be why maybe I'm unfairly critiquing them. I might be unfairly critiquing these games because I'm comparing them to what Spirit of Justice did with the playable movies and stuff. That's probably what's happening here. So maybe I didn't actually think about that, to be honest. Okay, now I want to break down the... I guess the best thing to do here would be break down the characters from the first case, which is Turnabout Visitor. Again, we didn't get much of Buddy Faith. He came back later, but he was just there to be the murder victim, basically. Maggie returned from the one of the previous games. She was fun. And Jacques Portman, he also came back partially as well. He came back partially as well. He was fine for a... it felt so weird to... That was another one as well. Winston Payne was also in the first case. It felt so weird to see Winston as just a normal character, and he wasn't, like, talking bad about us or anything like that. So yeah, the first case was... it was a fine introductory case, not the best. Probably one of the weaker ones, I would say. It still had its fun moments. The tutorial stuff wasn't too bad. Obviously, it was a lot of introductory to the case. We ended up having to try and get... it was basically just a long string of Gumshoe's being accused, Maggie's being accused, you're being accused. It's the tutorial case. There's not a whole lot to say about it, for the most part. I guess I can... yeah, I said I would break down the story and then I'd break down the characters. I break down the characters and I break down this. Because the story relates to what happens in the actual case. And me going through and, like, figuring out what to do, but obviously the bad ending. So, like, I was expecting there to be a little bit more stuff related to this. Obviously, he was trying to steal something from Edgeworth's office, and he made it look like his office instead of Edgeworth's office. He used the security guard to get in. His partner walked in and ended up bringing evidence, which was then sabotaged as well, and he got caught out. And then he tried to blame Gumshoe for what was going on and stealing up the keys, and then another thief came in and we found out that that was the Yeti Gavasio, obviously. That ended up being Detective Bad, I think, at the end they mentioned. He stole the Zero Series file, and then there was like a whole bunch of mess there. I also didn't go through the... main... Actually, I should have done that, actually. Let me actually go through what happened at the end first, because we did technically finish the case for this the fifth case, so I should have gone through that first. And also, it's like the one that overly goes through everything in the first place. So basically, Elba was the ringleader of the smuggling ring at the end. They were mostly doing counterfeiting with the bills. And obviously, he tried to use the extraterritorial rights against everyone to try and get him off using the stuff. Obviously, CCU ended up being a witness to it and was killed to silence her, and then basically there was a big giant cover-up with the Armano group, which was the guy from the third case, which we'll get to in a minute. And then obviously the Yeti Gavasu was formed between Callisto, Faraday, and Bad to basically prevent, Callisto was always the one that knew the locations of where the targets were because she was the defense. Faraday could infiltrate the target with knowledge and Little Thief, and also, and then Bad could hide away the evidence. So essentially they became the Yeti Gavasu. And unfortunately, like, Elba was working with, knew about this, and they tried to do a whole bunch of framing with the Yatagarasu, obviously. And then obviously the witness was, thing. And then obviously that came back way later. Down the line, where Interpol started getting involved, which is where Sheena and Lang and all that started coming in. That was one thing they didn't really announce either. How did Sheena, what was Sheena doing in the years prior? Like, how did she get to Lang? How did she get into Interpol? That's also something that I've always wondered. And obviously, like, that was when all that stuff happened with Hicks. And yeah, a bunch of characters were a part of the ring. Jacques Portman was a part of the ring. Camille was a part of the ring. Callisto Yu was a part of the ring. And so it was kind of just like all these things tied themselves back up into each other, and once Little Feith was found out, basically they were going to try and, there was a lot of betrayals and a lot of backstabbing happening in between to frame each other for the bad publicity and stuff like that as well. And then obviously we then get down to like the actual case itself. And like fires being set, the fake statue being thing, which had the plates, the fake statue obviously having the plates for the counterfeiting in it. Him being thwarted by the Steel Samurai show. The stuff with Larry, and again, that was the ultimate evidence at the end, the samurai dog pushcart that had the blood on it. And obviously like being thwarted by the stuff with the knife and the stuff with the other things as well. And then obviously like hiding the body so that Steel Samurai could push into things. I liked how they had it from Alabasta. They had a crime in Alabasta that was committed with a Babar weapon, and a crime in Babar that was committed with an Alabasta weapon, and the crossover with that and how that was going to end up working. The stuff with the pool, that reminded me of the stuff with the pool. They did remind me of the DLC case for I think it was Spirit of Justice, or one. It was one of those. No, it was the middle game. That wasn't Spirit of Justice, it was the other one. Can't remember its name off the top of my head. So that's what that reminded me of, at least. Should also have this on here, because it was for this case. And then obviously the stuff with the speech happening, explaining how the stuff in this, but how they connected the two Prima Dark statue section. That was very well explained and done. And then obviously the Yatagarasu, they made it look like the Yatagarasu had been there all that time, and then the chase sequence and stuff. And then, yeah, basically all the crimes were solved in terms of the smuggling ring. Like, Chamomile was smuggling stuff while she was a flight attendant. Jacques Portman was manipulating trials. Amano had connections with was assisting the smuggling ring. Alba was obviously the head of it. And, yeah. And then obviously now Codopia has back now, and Paleno is now like the joint official of the thing as well. So that's that case basically out of the way. In terms of characters for that one though, like it was pretty much like a lot of the characters that existed in this were already kind of like Manny Kochan. We didn't get a lot of information from him because he was dead in this case, and he was also not really doing anything in the fourth case. He was just kind of there. To be able to think. Even the same thing with that Master Mask thing they did, it was just kind of like dropped everything that is new in terms of news, including brand new flights into Void Rising. Let's let's have a look and see what let's have a read then, shall we? Let's do this because this stream's gonna be short anyway, and I'm just kind of reviewing stuff as it is. This would make the stream a little bit longer and give me something else to do. I've got to look up and see what's happening. I'll give you my thoughts about this now. May as well. Oh. 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 Okay. Yeah. That is a cool idea. The Punisher having a van? The Punisher having his own van? The Punisher having his own van. The Punisher pointing a shotgun at Spider-Man. So we're definitely getting some Punisher Spider-Man interactions here. You know what? I'm gonna throw this out here. I know that this is not Transformers, but I would not be opposed if the Punisher's van transforms into some form of Iron Man Hulkbuster suit, and we get Punisher versus Hulk in... I would not be, you know, I would not complain about that. If we get something like that, that would be really fun. Some sort of Transformer Hulkbuster van thing for the Punisher. Maybe someone would say it's a bit corny, but at the same time, it's like, it's the Punisher. If he wants to kill people, he's gonna kill people. That looks like it could be a good sign. He has a van, at least. He didn't have a van in anything else that I've seen, as far as I know. Like, I don't know what he did in Daredevil Born Again outside of get beaten. And he even looks like he's been beaten up as well. He's got makeup on that's like... And then what else have we got? All the Void Uprising Soup. Soldier Boy, Private Angel, Bomb Sight, Torpedo, Special Shadow. Okay, so they've actually made suits already for the characters in Void Uprising. You're really looking forward to Brand New Day only for the Punisher? I'm looking forward to it in general. Like, I don't, like, we might get Savage Hulk back, Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man, as you know. And the Punisher, like, again, if we get a Punisher Iron Man Hulkbuster suit, if we get the old Hulk back, if Spider-Man is doing some cool stuff, if we get a fun villain, I'm 100% down. These suits look so... when these boys, these Void Rising suits don't look like they're from the Punisher had a van in Season 2 of the Punisher, but not his own van with symbol. Oh, okay. Oh, they're doing New Vegas for... Are they doing New Vegas for Season 2? Of, There you go. There you go. There's your confirmation. This Tuesday. Yeah, it is this Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday stream will be Gamescom, probably. If either Wednesday or Thursday stream next week will be Gamescom. There you go. Because they said Season 2, a quick pit stop at Gamescom, Open Night Live. So on Wednesday or Thursday, I will probably be doing a Gamescom stream. So, and Fallout Season 2 is going to be there, so there you go. There you go. Fallout Season 2 at Gamescom in some capacity. Those suits look really nice from the Void show, though. It doesn't look like something that would be in The Boys, though. Like, those suits, the one guy looks like a pilot, one guy looks like a marine, like, officer, the girl looks like like she's in some sort of, like, sailor's uniform, and the guy in the green suit looks like he belongs in, like, the Green Hornet or something like that. Like, nice looking costumes, though. Like, definitely nice looking costumes. Like, if it's supposed to be Void Rising, that makes it sound like it's going to be pre... These people might be like the original, like, 7. Or at least something similar to that. But, I mean, I'm excited. All these things look like they're really good. Punisher van, Spider-Man, you know, I think that could be good. The guy in green is Soldier Boy. Oh, it is? Huh. That could be interesting. It could very well be interesting. Your second goat? I'm assuming your number one is Billy Butcher. Or is it Homelander? The goat's Butcher, then... Okay, so Butcher, then... Butcher, then Soldier Boy, then Homelander? Is that what it is? Yeah. That's a lot of exciting news. Spider-Man movie I'm looking forward to. You know that I'm a massive Spider-Man fan. If we get the Punisher doing something... hopefully the Hulk goes back to Savage Hulk. I think that's going to be make for a fun movie. That's all that we need. Good Punisher content, Spider-Man being good, Hulk going back to Savage Hulk. Do a fight between Hulk and Punisher. Give him like some sort of Iron Buster suit. And cast a good villain, and then that's all that we need. Fallout Season 2 going to be at Gamescom next week. And the Void Uprising stuff looks like it would be very good. Definitely a lot to look forward to and be excited about in the future for stuff. That's why I said next week's going to be big. Wait, some news, but sad emojis. Why sad emojis? You can't be sad. Why are there sad emojis? Well, he's going to be a dad. Is that what it is? Is it a Bella Ramsey moment? What else was I talking about with this game? Yeah, all these characters I already talked about. Oh, that's right. Palenio, from this case, also quite a fun character. And then Alba was great. Started out as an old man, and then ended up being like an ex-army like sergeant guy that ended up being the true ringleader. He kind of gave himself away, but again, they all kind of do that at the end. The girl is apparently much younger than you. Why is that a bad thing? You're just collaborating with music. You're not, Oh, I think I know why. Oh, you were, I guess that explains some things. You were, you were growing attached. You were having feelings. Is that what you were trying to say? Yeah. Yeah, sometimes that's just the way that it is. If you didn't know, then obviously. She sounded like you. Yeah, voices are completely different. Like, people can sound and look older than they actually are. That's just the way things are. Like, the way that people, even when people sing, like, again, have you noticed that when, like, you know, I've seen people that on, like, some of those shows, I saw someone with, who had Tourette's syndrome singing on TV, and you wouldn't even know that they had Tourette's because their singing voice was, you know, they didn't show any of that at all because it's a different. I think when you're focused on something, you sound different to how you are when you aren't. And so maybe when people are singing, they sound a lot more older than they actually are because it's more concentrated than just their normal dialect and their normal singing voice. Four years plus, like 16, yeah. 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 Damn, I feel old. I turned 33 this year. Back in my day. Going to bed now, looking forward to everything. Yeah, I'm looking forward to all those things as well. They sound like they're all fantastic news. Go back to bed, have a good sleep. Thank you for the news, the updates on the upcoming pieces of information, which always seem to happen after you've already gone off to bed. It's always nice to talk to you, though, with the critic. Have a good sleep. We're just actually trying to wrap up the thing anyway, but I'm working on stuff as it is. It's fine. I'm happy to talk with people anyway. It means I can stream for a little bit longer instead of wasting time. It feels a bit weird now. I get it. No, I get it. It's fine. Like, it's... You're not really necessarily thinking about that stuff until... Because they never want you to sleep. No, they never want you to sleep, yeah. They want to hold out on all the information. At least they don't release trailers while you're asleep. That usually is what happens with me. I wake up in the morning and trailers are already out, and it's like before I can even do anything, it's like, oh, full action, full everything's available. But I get it. I get it. Like it would feel a bit weird because you had, you know, certain feelings, but like don't let that impede on your collaboration work. Don't let it impede on your yeah. It's just one of those things, you know? Yeah, keep doing what you're gonna be doing. That's how I kind of feel in certain circumstances as well. Like, I've been very good friends with people that I've liked, but it's not been that. It's always been like, oh, they have somebody else kind of thing. Yeah, nothing changes because it's just for singing, of course. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what it's about at the end. That's what it's about at the end of the day. If your voices sound good and you can make some good music, then yeah. Like, well, I would say yes. The reason I say yes is because, you gave her a sample of something, and then she said, why don't we collab on this song? So she must think that you at least sound good together to be able to sing not just a song, but one of her favorite songs. So, to me, that's a... Yeah. But it's definitely nothing on you. You definitely haven't, it happens to everybody. In something of that nature can sometimes happen to everyone. It's just, it's a matter of how we approach it and how we deal with all that sort of thing. Also, yeah, that was another thing we got in this case too. We got Oldbag and Larry. Oldbag returning as the Pink Princess. From her previous gig as what was she doing in the previous case? She was the one of the badgers in the thing as well. I did like that they did something with that with her again. And then Larry, obviously, of course, whenever Larry comes back, he always overreacts. He always gets accused of killing someone. He always gets some other things that happen with him as well. Fantastic characters. They're essentially legacy characters at this point. Yeah, I think I've gone through chapters 1 and 5. I was gonna go through 2, 3, and 4. I mean, I can do that. I'm not... So I'm going through all the character stuff and all the story stuff. quiet all of a sudden. You think I would tell her that I don't want us to stop doing collabs just because of it? Oh, does she know? Is that what? Does she know? Does she know something is that way? Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Understandable. Yeah, it's fine, like... Put your passion into the music together and just focus on that. I didn't realize that you had done that, but again, when you don't know, you don't know. You would have found out one way or the other, so hopefully it doesn't like affect any of that. Yeah. Again, there's been people can still be collaborate, people can still be friends, people can still be... Yeah, exactly. Don't let it affect the output of your given talent, your talent, your music, your what you're good at. Just focus on the music portion, and you'll definitely like succeed. Case 2. This was the airline. I didn't even mention about that either, right? In case 5, I guess one thing I should mention is the, again, the Steel Samurai show. I think the sets looked really great. I liked that they changed the embassy up and had it be 2 separate parts. I liked that they had the murders taking place across both sides. I also liked the... I also liked the reuse of the disposing of the evidence as they went, as you sort of broke down each case. I think that was very well done because you got to essentially solve 3 murders. Our voices don't have an age, so we can still kill it on the tracks. You definitely can. Like, nobody else would even know in the first place, because no one else is going to, nobody asks, like, oh, how old is this person when they, sing music, you know? When you look at, even when you look at shows like The Voice, American Idol, all these shows, like, they have people that are like 15, 13 sometimes on these shows, talent shows. Yeah, you can have a maturity in The Voice that is beyond your years. Just how, like, some people that are younger can have a maturity that's beyond their years as well. When they just have conversations and talking, like, not everybody acts like a teenager while they're a teenager necessarily. It depends on the person, obviously. So I think, like, the fact that you have similar, sounding voices, and they can collaborate very well, then it's like... It's like when people say that certain songs are timeless. The reason they say they're timeless is because you can listen to them no matter what age, no matter when you listen to them. Yeah, I didn't mention about the actual looks of the thing, because I love the airline set. It all looked very nice. I love that they had the yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if she hasn't mentioned or said anything about it, then it's fine, but... Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, you don't really need to say much else about it, you just need to kind of just... let it be what it was, and then just move on. Character-wise, for part 2, Hicks was obviously the Bulgarian Interpol agent guy. We didn't get a lot with him again because we didn't get to see him because he was the victim, of course. Rhoda Tenero constantly just like getting badgered for making the bad design for the suitcase and bullied Zinkler Blanc, the damn businessman. You can't stay, but had to let you know, of course. Yeah, it's fine, I understand. If you have to go, you have to go. It was always nice talking with you and stuff, and just, chatting as always about music, and, hope that everything goes well, like... There's not really much else that I can say, it's just, what's happening this weekend? Is something happening that I need to know about? That I don't know about before? Oh, you're doing it! Oh, you're doing that in Japanese. Oh. Oh, that was them? I've never watched Tokyo Drift. I know the song, I know the theme though. I know the theme because I've heard it in other parts before, but I've never watched Tokyo Drift. I think that's the one movie that I haven't seen from them. I hope that you're able to do that, because that you can improv too. Yeah. Yeah, I think that you can do it. Like, again, if you think that you have the confidence in yourself that you can go and do it, like, I don't see why you can't pull it off. That's what you've got to do, you know? Even if people tell you this doesn't work for you, or this song wouldn't work, or you can't do this, you can do it. If you think that you can do it, then you can do it. And if you miss the mark, or you do the thing, then you maybe need to figure out what you weren't able to do, or what you, could improve on. It's not a matter of, you know, if someone puts limitations on themselves, it's only going to, you know, make you feel worse and get you down and stuff. Yeah. What else do we have here? Yeah. I look forward to hearing it. Hopefully you're able to do really good. What else do I have to cover with this? Have a good day. Thank you. Have a good night. Enjoy your rest of your time zone. Probably be ending stream very soon anyway, because we finished the first game, so I want to finish this, get it uploaded, have the next stream ready to go for tomorrow, and then we'll play this back on Sunday and then do Monday again. So I have some plans for next week, but we'll see how it goes. Camille, obviously that was another character. Her gimmick was basically ditzy and falling asleep on the job constantly. Oh, Fox raided me. It's alright. It's alright. Oh no, and Havoc. Okay, I gotta do double raids now. Hang on a second, I gotta do double shoutouts because of this. I actually have to work this time.
Who's that Pokemon?
Thank you for the raids, Havoc and Fox. Hashtag bring back Steve. Hashtag Steve did nothing wrong. Welcome in everybody. I do a lot of Switch games, speedruns, platinum playthroughs, reaction videos. And we just finished the first game of 2. I hope that your stream went well. Welcome in everyone. How was Back for Blood? Did Fox carry the team, or did was it all just a disaster? from the very beginning. Welcome in Caddies and Havoc as well. I feel like now I have to do something, because I have 12 people watching, and Wait, what? Fox carried? Or are you just joking that she... Or are you just joking that she actually... maybe I shouldn't have made a joke like that. Maybe I shouldn't have made a joke like that. I'm a comedian. I'm definitely a comedian. What can I do that would be interactive with the stream that would actually be like something that people can watch? Because, I mean, I'm kind of like at the end of my... Is there anything that I can do that would be like actually... I can have something playing in the background. Let me see if I can... Let me see if I can find something. Because I don't want to just do nothing. I don't know what to do. What is something that I can put on? I guess I can put the credit sequence on. That would actually be kind of fine, I guess. Welcome in Victory. Hope that you're well too. Actually, can I put the credits on? Hang on a second. Let me see if I can find the credits. Here we go. So these credits usually have the interactive like scenes that play. That I don't have to do anything. Plus, we aren't probably gonna see this either. Oh god, it's Fox. No. Not the twerking emotes, no. Look, we've got one cake. We've got one who claims to have cake, and then the other who has a bakery. Like, again, like, I know which one I'm picking in between, if I have a choice between the Fox and the Havoc, like, one's a cake, the other's a bakery, like, I'm sorry, but just, like, it's, yes, oh god, it's Fox, exactly. You had fun playing Back 4 Blood? I am glad you enjoyed that. Oh no, the ads are playing. I'm supposed to skip the ads. Never mind, we'll come back after the break. Hang on, she claims she can't hear any of this, but she can see this. She can see it. She can see it in chat. She claims that the ads are going to prevent her from being able to think. You do nothing to deserve this harassment? It's not harassment, it's just factual arguments. It's just factual arguments that are accurately factual. That doesn't make any sense. All you're doing, excellent gameplay, excuse me. Okay. Fox needs to become a comedian. Fox needs to be the comedian instead. Like, top tier, only Fox content? Yeah, but you don't pay us. You don't pay me. The checks that you send me have more bounce than the cake that you claim to have. Top tier content. All those advertisements for the merch that I sent you, all those slogans, I wrote you a chapter 1 story about Finn. And all these things, I do all this, the pole dancing plank. Oh boy, like, absolute insanity. I cannot believe this. And I'm the one who's the mean person? Well, you're not trying hard enough. Like, that's the problem. Like, I'm like the merchandise shill in the stream, and like, there's only so much that I can do. I push and I push and I push, but it's just like, you know, I don't know what it is. It could be something's wrong. Maybe there's not enough bacon grease on those poles. Maybe there's not enough, like, I don't know. I would say brain that's like an ass that's a packin', but the problem is that you don't have that either, so you can't even, like, say that. So, I don't know, like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Do I have to write a... No one wants the bacon greased poles? What about nobody wants the musk jars? Like, I saw a couple of people got the mugs. That was nice. The mugs were, seemed like they were a success. You want me to steal people's hang on a second. You want me to steal people's credit cards and buy the merch with them? That would be theft. That would indeed be theft. And that would be against the law and, against, Twitch, terms of service. I will not commit crimes for the sake of Fox. I have been wrongfully accused of you know, I thought that would last way longer. I wonder if I can save my game. Hang on a second. I want to play something while this is going on, so I'm not like doing nothing. Technically, I could like load up the whole thing, right? Havoc's address is 123 Fake Street. Yeah, let me type it in chat, not to dox anyone. It's definitely 123 Fake Street. 123 Fake Street, Fakesville. Postcode is 42069. Yeah. So, express delivery. We expect express delivery, like premium Amazon, like this is like Amazon Prime free delivery. What am I gonna do here? Is there another? I don't want to put the reader on, because the problem with putting the reader on is it's going to disable trophies. Do I have anything that I can play in the background of this? Look at her doxing herself. I mean, doxing herself or foxing herself? Can I do something that's not just gonna be... Let me go and do the... Let me get into the other credit sequence so that everyone can watch that, what's happening. No, that would be against international laws. There's only, like, it's just like durian fruit. Fox is banned from all public transport because it's just, it just gets too much. Like, it's just like durians in some countries. You just... Yeah, it's just, there's only so much people can take, you know. Alright, let's do this. May as well, because it's like I have the game saved anyway. I can mash through this and do something while, like, everyone's here. No, I'm not gonna... Let me see if I can rush to the, Let me see if I can rush to the credits. No, I definitely don't need to do that. There's only so much that I can actually take when it comes to, I've already incriminated myself by being told to steal credit cards and force people to buy merch, and it's like, there's only so much that I can, I can only do so much. Well, let me get to the credits. Actually, you know what? What am I doing? I can load up my previous game. Here we go. Let me do... yeah. I can just load up the previous game and mash through everything. And get the second credit sequence. You can have two ending credit sequences then. Silence, yeah. See, just complete silence. Oh yeah, did Schmeedlejuice make an appearance in Fox's stream? Because that's, again, like, someone has to keep an eye on that, because... you know... If no one keeps Schmeedlejuice in line, it's gonna be, there's gonna be problems. You know, that's right, Havoc's got the meat. You don't know you stayed in your stream? Oh. So that means he probably got away with it as well. Like, I guaranteed that, like, he did something that was... He guaranteed that he did something that was, thing like... Denial of Fox and her schmeat addiction, like... If I had my way, she'd be going full vegan at this point, like, straight denial, like, sock donations only from me, from now, like, from now on, no more, I'm not gonna give the schmeat to her all, it's gonna be strict vegan diet from now. Hang on, let me get to the credits. You picked on Finn, but he still won't take a long walk off of a short... okay, maybe he didn't understand the short bridge part. Maybe you should have said, taken a long walk off of a short plank, and then that might have actually been a little bit better, because he's probably more familiar with a plank of wood than a short bridge. That might have worked. That might be the better way to, do it. Let me get into the credits so I can at least talk while I'm doing something. Someone has something to watch, because I have finished this game and I was intending to just review it and end. Jumping off a fox won't do any damage? Oh. I just figured that the walk off the plank would work, but, you know. Okay, I think this is the normal scene now. This should play by itself. Should play by itself, and then the credits will last for a little bit longer. So I don't really have any other content I wanted to talk about with this game. And I wasn't expecting to get a raid, actually, so, yeah. We can always just do that when we get into the thing, but, obviously the second case ended up having, like, basically smuggled goods, smuggled statues, Interpol investigations, whips, it sounds like a, it doesn't sound like a crime scene, it sounds like a, something else, but, we got framed on a plane, it was all timing-based stuff, the flight attendant did it, she killed the guy, and framed, like, everybody. Everybody got framed, in that case. Also, you get to at least see some of the graphics and stuff before it wraps up, the credits at least. Because I don't have anything else I can really play, and I feel like I'm kind of just rambling at this point, but I wanted to talk about the game before I finish up everything, so maybe we can do that before that and then send everyone over to somewhere else. So I can, pass the raids onto that too. Anything else? It's really... I kind of already did that. Maybe I should have just done that instead. Maybe we should just pass the raid on to somewhere else. Because I don't have much else that I can play. I want to do the second game tomorrow. The only reason is because, well, tomorrow will be Persona 5 Strikers. Sunday will be the second game starting, hopefully. Monday will be, yeah, so there'll be sometime this next week. What else do we have here? A few returning characters in the third case. Again, I think every case from 2, 3, and 5 all had great settings. All you care about is tomorrow night? What is happening tomorrow night, Havoc? I'm assuming you mean, the Schmexy voice cameo? Is that what you're talking about? I'm assuming that that's what it's for. I didn't need to guess, it's like a pattern at this point. Just like you tried to bribe her with, cat photos. Yeah. Most of the characters in the third thing were fine. For the most part, I would say. It was a great case, but it wasn't. It was funny. It was funny. I'm not saying that it wasn't. I just liked her reaction was just like, I'm not that desperate. Lance didn't have a lot of personality, neither did the girl that was in this game. Meekins was nice to see back. And Emmett was nice to see back as well, so we got to see her do some stuff. Obviously, I really liked how this case played out. The first use of the little thief function. This is how we got the initial stuff with the Amano group investigation, with the smuggling ring. And obviously this involved a kidnapping, and the kidnapping had like several different false names, had several different other things to look forward to as well with that. The 1 million in debt thing, the guy buying buying it off as well. So the one thing that you got to remember having is that she has connections with there are other people that she knows that also connect with that also send her cat photos. So you're competing with other people as well. So that's the other thing as well, is that she is on the ball with that. I did like this case, the third case. It had a lot of stuff with the Badger things, trying to solve that. The introduction of Kay as an actual character. The haunted house scenery was really good. The case solving itself was good. Lang Shi's introduction was great. How they broke down all that was very well done as well. And then case 4, I would say, I think case 4 was probably like the second weakest. Just because, most of the characters didn't get a lot of things, you already knew who they were. The judge was in this one, you got Von Karma returning, which was great. You could send her pictures of foxes, but no one wants to see. You could send her pictures. I mean, she might like it. She did, she did see me watching Fox's stream, and she did make the comment and said that she liked Fox's model. Now, granted, she was probably tired at the time, so she didn't get a full look, so maybe that was why, but she did at least say, actually, no, she said it both times. Her current model she liked, and then she also said it for the previous one, what was it? It was like in the high school, uniform. I think that was what it was. I think that was what it was before she changed it. Dead Man obviously being a thing too. At least the cheapy one has a reason for being a plank, yeah. So you're saying that she just makes up excuses for that as well? I mean, that's the one thing as well, is that at least my sister will be, like, nice to people. I'm just a big meanie. I don't know if there's anything else I really want to discuss with this game. I think I'm kind of already done, and I also want to take this raid and send it off to someone else so that I can... Because I wasn't intended to go for a little bit longer. I was actually almost ready to sting it. I feel like I'm rambling at this point, and I've kind of gone through all my thoughts with everything in the game. Fox called you amazing yesterday, so you got to be extra. What is going on? What is going on today? Is this Bizarro World? Alright, I'm gonna let the credits roll out, and then I'm gonna first place bit. What is going on? It's like there's an imbalance in the force going on. There's something is going on. Something is up. Something is wrong. There's an imbalance in the force. There's someone's put. Maybe the Wendy's ghost pepper sauce has come back. The ghost pepper nuggets must have come back, or like. I don't know. Something's happened. Something has definitely happened to the fox that something has definitely happened. Alright, because the other problem also is the... I just realized the other problem is, like, the fourth case and the fifth case relate to each other, so I kind of already went through that anyway, because they're both related to the same thing, so... Yeah, actually, that means that it's... I don't have a lot to talk about with that one. I feel like I'm rambling at this point. I should probably just end stream. Not end stream, but, like, raid out and then end stream, because... Yeah, tomorrow's stream, Persona 5 Strikers with Allison. Havoc's... no. Allison's #1 fan, Havoc, is excited. I'm excited as well, because I like to stream with her, and also, I wasn't sure we were going to stream this week, because, originally she was going to have... spend time with her friends, and that's been moved to next week, so... Next week's stream of Strikers will be on Sunday, I think, instead of the Saturday, because she is, she's going out with friends, so that'll be a different day, probably around the same time, but a different day, if it goes well. Monday will be, Sunday will probably be the second game of this, Monday will be Rivals, Tuesday, Friday will be this. I think that's what's happening. Imagine you going out with friends, I mean, does watching stream with friends count as that? Like, 'cause I consider that kind of like, I consider that as a kind of like a friend thing. I think streaming with friends is, it's not going out, I mean, I guess, but, I mean, I don't go out very much either. Again, the day that I want to do my subathon, or I wanted to do the subathon for, which would have been, I think, the day, I have to go to a 21st birthday for my cousin, so... Instead, I'm gonna have to do it the next day. It falls in a... Not only does it fall in a week, it was originally gonna be Friday. Then they moved it to Saturday, and then I looked up and saw, oh no, it's on the same day that I got affiliated. So I'm like, I feel bad now, because it's like, I can't do it on the actual proper day, so I have to move that to the Sunday. And, I then also have to figure out what I'm doing for that. And I also have to figure out what, if Allison wants to join in on that or not. I have an idea of, just... We might do Mario Kart again, because everyone likes to see me lose, and likes to see Allison win, so we might just do something like that for that stream. I haven't decided on like a thing for that though. Yeah, I think I should just wrap things up before I lose all the raid and then do that. So, yeah. So I'm gonna send the raid off somewhere else before I finish stream, and I don't want to lose both raids, and I feel like I'm not entertaining y'all, so I'll send you over to somebody else that's way more entertaining than I am. Let's have a look and see. We'll do that in a second. Yeah, so those would be the plans for the week. Tomorrow, Persona 5 Strikers. Next week, Persona 5 Strikers will be on Sunday, I think. Sunday might be a day off. I don't know. And Subathon will be sometime... I think I have it set to the 21st of next month. Yeah, I think that's when I'll do it, because the Sunday of that week, the Saturday of that week, I have to go to a birthday. There's no choice. There's no choice. That's unfortunately how it was. It could have been Friday, then we could have done it Saturday, but no, we're now going to do it a different way. So I'm going to wrap everything up now while this is going on. So thank you everyone for watching. I upload everything to my. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'm getting my. Blah, 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 blah. Just here. I played all of my games as well. All the networks play, so upcoming games, DLC, Switch games we can add to the channel for mention as well. Working on more Plat Pay Pass and games we have the Platinum Trophy, as well as switching things up to games on Switch. Along with more Triangle Strategy experience and Overwatch Worker, Dara Spins, and Program by Nuzlocks as well. Dragon Quest 11 speedrun notes are done. I just need to revise them, do a practice run, and then do those. So eventually that'll come, maybe in the coming weeks. And I'm also working on Final Fantasy Picture Master stuff too. That might get started sometime this week. Follow, subscribe on Twitch. 100 subscribers, I'll be doing a Final Fantasy Picture Master speedrun. Also, I will plan on a... It'll be sometime next month. I think I already have the date. The 21st for me, so it'll be the 20th for everyone else. I think that's the day that I got affiliated, so I'm just gonna do it then. Because if I do it on the Monday, Alyson won't be here. If I do it on the Saturday, I'm gonna get cut short because of the party. So best just to do it in the day that's the most convenient, which would be the Sunday. I will put out a schedule for that, and I will put out you had to go make a sandwich, you're hungry? What kind of sandwich? What kind of sandwich are we talking about here? Are we talking about a ham and cheese sandwich? Does it have bacon on it? No, that goes on the pole, not on the sandwich. Also, sub-badges and emotes, as well as reviewing, which is what you ads, get Twitch Turbo, get ad block, as well. Also, voting on the next game. Bologna, because that's all that you have right now, so just a thick piece of meat on a sandwich, is that what you're saying? So it's just meat sandwiched in between two, pieces of bread. Just a plain old sandwich. Not even anything special. Nothing at all, just leftovers in a sandwich. Oh no, we can keep going if you want to keep going, we can keep going. Also, future games, we've got, what have we got coming up? We've got, after this, back to Princess Peach, then Donkey Kong Country, then Luigi Mansion, then Persona 4 Arena, then bologna, cheese, pickles, and Japanese mayo. What a sandwich, what a combination. Yuck to all those but the cheese. What a combination. Dinner of Champions. The Dinner of Champions right there. Obviously, everyone can vote on for the next game between Like a Dream, Infinite Wealth, Metaphor Contagio, and Tomb Raider. Those are 3 choices as well. Follow me on Twitter to be notified when I go live. Wish I had my Discord. I was enjoying invite to my friends. So close to you. You're poor because you're not selling any merch? That's not... I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry, but, like... You have the opportunity... Sometimes you have to just make ends meet, you know? And you have to, like... Put yourself out there and just... You know, like... You've shown that you've got some really... For a plank of wood, you've got some really good dance moves on the pole. So, sometimes you just need to explore that and go out there a little bit more and just... Really, like... Go to town on that thing, you know? Also, that as well. Also, my art persons. See them next stream. They are doing, we're going to do Persona with them as well. Obviously, let's go and, yeah, I should probably get out of here with the raid. Does anyone have any raid requests they would like me to make? Otherwise, we'll just see who's currently streaming, because I don't think I have anybody right now. You can eat all the meat you want, still not going to give you cake or... Only Havoc can do that. Only Havoc can give you the cake or the tits. That's, yeah. All that meat and no cake or... Just none. Why am I rushing? I feel like I'm just in a rush right now. I don't know what else to do. I've already plugged everything, I rushed through all that. Yeah, I guess we raid out before I lose this double raid. If anyone has anyone that would like me to raid, I will raid them. I don't think I have anyone that's online right now. Actually, I'll check. Sometimes there's random people that are... Otherwise, I'll just send it over to someone that I always raid. Taquito's live? Okay, I can send everyone to Taquito, why not? What's his name again? I gotta remember what the name is. Hang on, let me check the Discord. Havoc, do you have the username? Because I know that it's like, it's not, it might be like something that I'm missing. I might be missing letters. Pretty sure it's T-A key. Oh, that's why I was getting it wrong. Taquito. That's why I was getting it wrong. Ah, here we go. Found you. Alright, we're gonna send you over to Taquito. They're playing Peak. Let's send everyone over to there before I lose everything. I've already lost all my sanity and things, so we're gonna do that. There you go. Enjoy the rest of your time zone, and with all that being said, have a good rest of the day, night, wherever you are, and I will see you all in the next stream.